I received a distress call from Beverly Crusher.
We are being hunted. There's an all-consuming darkness.
We will have vengeance.
Fire everything we've got!
Thank you, I appreciate this. You want one of these?
I'm good, KG.
You want your ginger shot?
I'm good, man, I'm good.
I need some positivity today. I'm trying to cover this spread, and your vibe is off, G.
What's wrong with my vibe?
You got to get you one of these, G. Get to sip some of this positivity in your life, and boom! You see that? Spread's covered. Thank you, Mama. In a minute, G. Ha ha!
You know, I'm hoping to come in here and see something new or see something that we ain't seen.
Look.
Stars
A
born.
wiry young player named KG entered the NBA draft, became the first player in 20 years to go from high school straight to the pros. Look what you created.
I know, right?
And from that, you got McGrady, Cole, Bron.
Damn, they got us all in here. That's crazy.
That's lit.
Became the first high school female to dunk in the game in the state of Colorado in 2016. That's what that is. And I think this is the first dunk of the shoes she was wearing when she dunked in the game. Shout out to Lisa
with them
Leslie.
shoes, huh?
Yeah, shout out to Lisa Leslie, yo. Look at this. This a cold little joint in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then too, what's dope too, the evolution of all the jerseys and stuff too.
Yeah, right?
Who got more stuff in their collection than the Hall of Fame, right? And not only that, but shoes too. They got the Brittany Griner joint in here.
Imagine playing in these right here. Julius was taking off from the free throw in them.
And this is supposed to be great condition too. This is supposed to be aerodynamic.
Look, he's taking off from the free throw with these.
Ooh.
That's killer.
Who was the in-game dunker? You were amazing.
I mean, all of them. If I'm being honest, just start with Dr. J. Hearing Derek Thomas, what they did for, David Thompson, what they did for not just ABA basketball, but NBA basketball, professional basketball, the creativity, bringing those things from Rucker Park into the NBA, into organized basketball. Then you start, you go during the Dominique Jordan era. That's where, all the creativity for Paul and I and our generation came from, so much that we played and was in the same class with a guy like Vince Carter, and, the Ronnie Fields of the world, seeing that creativity from what Mike and Dominique did, coming from what Vince in-game dunks was, come on, man. Like it's...
Can't leave out Sean Kemp.
We can't leave out Sean Kemp, but I'm just talking about the evolution of the in-game dunks, man. There was no better in-game dunkers than any of these guys. Sean Kemp, from Dr. J to, Neat to Vince Carter, man.
They put the flair on it.
If you look to today, who's kind of the guy that 10, 15, 20 years from now, his jersey could sit next to these guys?
Zion. Zion's probably the best in-game dunker. I can't even say that because we got so many.
Ja Morant.
We got so many young guys in today's game that's high flying. The Jordan 1 was probably the most wanted and the most sought out shoe that I can ever remember. I've never seen a shoe launch and have this much presence and this much anticipation. And then they had the black and red one that came with no white laces. I don't know about P in my neighborhood, those were the ones. But man, we started hearing about all types of shit. People getting hurt over shoes, and that's when I was like, damn. And I have never seen a shoe that cost $100 before.
No.
Until I seen Jordan.
Right.
Mike Jordan changed the game all the way around.
The whole shoe game.
Whole shoe game, whole basketball game, changed it all. Lake really don't get enough.
Is he the best college player ever?
Probably, man. Lake did so much work in school, man.
He put in work in college.
He did, man. Him and Jamal Mashburn, man, I get certain guys in college, man, that don't really get their due, man.
The most iconic shot?
Yes, man.
It's top 2.
Man, Troy, it ain't nothing really bigger than Christian Laettner's last-minute joint, man. That was a crazy game. First off, it was one of the best games in college history.
The best college shot is
Laettner.
Villanova for the win.
Yeah, that was
to win it all. From 3?
That was nasty.
To win it all. To win it all. The 3 to win it all.
I mean, Laettner had to catch it. Yeah,
that was Final Four, though.
Listen, to win it all, you're right.
To win it all, the Villanova shot.
That shit was hard. That shit was hard.
That was hard.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is iconic because it goes both ways with Deke. You know, Dikembe being probably one of the most monumental while we played, just shot blocking him and Dream. And then you had Gary Payton, who was arguably one of the best guards on defense. You know, with obviously Bill Russell and all, and what he's set the tone for all of us.
I mean, what you mean, arguably? You don't get a nickname like the Glove if you ain't the best defender.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's the Glove.
That's what I'm saying. Controversially, probably one, if not one of the most feared guards on the defense side. But you got guys like Alvin Robinson. You had MJ. MJ was hell on defense too. A lot of people forget that MJ had a certain level. LeBron when he wants to lock up and actually play some D. Yeah, it's crazy that we all here, man. You know, and the guys on the defensive side, you don't even hear much on the defensive side either, too. You know what I'm saying? When I got to Boston, man, I took on a different, I don't want to say attitude, but, you know, I took on a different responsibility. The team that we had so much firepower and so much offensive firepower that I felt like out of all of us, one of us needed to take the stance and be more, I guess, priority for defense. So every night, I knew after about 15, 20 games on how many shots I was going to get, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the other way. I'm going to go ahead and lead the defense because the bigs at that time we was the ones responsible for the talk. We was responsible for some of the shows and some of the calls. And so I took it upon myself to really, really be adamant about defense every night. And the guys I was playing with, Perk, Big Baby, P, Leon Poe, they made it fun to communicate. Tony Allen. I was playing with James Posey. I was playing with other guys who, IQ-wise on defense, was just as bright or just as big as mine. So it made the defense easier with people that can communicate, have high basketball IQ. I wasn't even aiming for that. It just went that way. And I was a recipient of it. But that was I think the year I won it was kind of I can definitely say it was an extension of what we had created defensively as a team. I was just kind of the face of it. You could have picked TA for that. You could have picked Perk for that. You could have picked James Posey. We had guys who could really stop you and lock you up. You know what I'm saying? Like real stoppers. So it made it easy or made it more simple to be able to be in those positions, to be able to win such an award. Because you got to have your teammates to win anything individual in this league. Get a great offer courtesy of KG Certified and BetMGM, the king of sportsbook. Sign up using bonus code KG1000 and you'll get back up to $1,000. Yes, $1,000 in your bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. That's for real. BetMGM's parlay specials, daily odds, boosts, fan-friendly promos make it the best place to bet on all your favorite sports. Download the BetMGM app today or go to betmgm.com and enter the bonus code KG1000. Yes, KG1000. And you'll get up to $1,000 back in your bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Nothing beats a W at BetMGM. Bet responsibly and nothing but love. Yes, sir. You already know. It's your boy KG. We in here in Springfield, BetMGM, and we getting it in. Yeah, y'all see your boy on the wall. You right? It's only right, right? It's only right. Let's hit it. Hey, right. You do what you want when you're popping. Let's get it. Oh, this is fire. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, how you doing? Pleasure, man. Pleasure. Oh, this is fire. Live betting has met and has arrived in Massachusetts. Stay tuned. Yeah, this is the move right here. This is what you got to get right here. Don't forget, BetMGM got live betting in Massachusetts now. We're here. And it's great to have these properties. And it's great to be here where we are today, where we can see growth. You know what I'm saying? We can see how just everyday life has grown and got to a point where they figured it out. Betting is part of life a lot of times for some people, and it's just good that this is here. It all goes together, if you ask me. I'm just glad that it was able to be figured out, because it's one of them things that look dismal, like, you know, it's kind of like betting and sports didn't go together. It's just nice to see that betting and sports actually have a fit. And yeah, BetMGM leading the way in that fit, you know what I mean?
You know, I just think fans and people just like, when you watch the game and you actually place a bet on the game, it kind of make the game a little more exciting to have some skin on the game. You know, and now that they're bringing it, opening things up for the MGM and Massachusetts, it's gonna make it that much more exciting, I guess, for the fans. You know, involvement that you can come to the casino, place your bet. You don't have to drive all the way down to wherever they was doing it before. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, we like friendly bets and things that keep it interesting against our favorite teams and stuff like that. Nothing too serious.
Gotcha. So some of the things you guys might want to be looking at, obviously, given the fact that you guys are world champion Celtics. Right now, I think the futures bets for the Celtics are going off at 4-1, which means if you bet 100, you would get your 100 back plus 400 more.
Oh, really?
That's to win the NBA championship.
Oh, wow.
Futures right now?
Yep, right now.
You said you wanted to place a bet, didn't you?
Another bet we have right now is the representative for the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Boston is a favorite plus 180, which means if you bet 100, you get your 100 back and another 180. So, and oddly enough, another interesting wager too. If you want to bet on which conference is going to win the NBA championship, the East is a minus 125 favorite.
The East is minus 125?
Yeah, I think whoever come out the East going to win it.
Yep, and so that means if you bet $125, you'd get that back plus 100. So.
Good to know.
Yep.
Ooh, y'all heard them tips. Those are for y'all. Do what you want with it. Feel me? Right.
If you guys play one-on-one, who wins?
Oh, I've been playing.
What that mean?
I'm just kidding. I don't know nothing to do with it.
What that mean?
I just like to watch.
Man, what that mean? I don't know what that mean.
I've been shooting.
I'm the only defensive stopper in here, so I don't know what that means.
And I can get a stop
and I can score the ball, so I don't know what he's talking about.
That's what I wanted to hear right there.
Right, what's the bet on that? What's the wager? No,
it's called no action, boys. No action. Not gonna happen.
Chris Kelly.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
My friend Paul Pierce, man.
Okay, I know
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
All right,
Great to have you both here.
Oh, man, this is dope.
Wow.
We're lounge guys, so
What do you think?
Space
Yeah.
where you can come, chill, watch the game. Got the gate right here.
This is
You're
the money
invited
maker
anytime,
right
right?
here.
Thank you, man. I know it's been an ongoing thing and trying to get that all together and can bring betting here, make it live, and the whole process of it all.
So we want to announce that you're coming back to take the Celtics with Paul for another run, right? We almost got there last year.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
Yeah. Listen,
would be
you know the
fantastic.
motto, man.
Yeah.
It's all possible, right?
We're super excited. Can't believe you're here in person.
No, that's what's up, man.
This is gonna be all right.
And our guests are as well. So
Thank
it's
you
going to be
for
a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us.
This is gonna be
Thank
right.
you so much.
Man. Thank you, man. Seriously, man.
Thank you.
No
Great
doubt.
to meet you as well.
That's what's up.
They done opened up the gold mine. This the money maker right here.
Yeah, it's-
I mean, it's only right that we're in Bean, right? We're in Mass. I got to take a bet on the C's to win it all. Let's get it. Right? 4-1. That's what it is. That's it. Let's get it. Y'all got a ticket for me in here?
Yeah, welcome to MGM Springfield. What we placing a bet on today?
Let's get it. We're betting on the Celtics winning it all.
Celtics to win it all.
Yes.
How much you want to put on that?
100.
There you are.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Hey, we locked in. See what that is? Hey.
Yeah.
See you guys in about 4 months, all right? Come back and cash your shit.
Right.
Are you bullshit?
Right.
I'll put this out. Let me go ahead and put this in my little good pocket. You know what I mean? Right. Ticket got the ticket. That's what y'all need to know. You feel me? You got it? You locked it in? Right. And when these cameras go off, I'll come in here and
That's
make
a cool
another
bet
bet.
right now. That's a good bet.
That's what's up right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Bet responsibly. Don't forget that. First off, I thought the hospitality at the BetMGM joint in Springfield was just through the roof. You know, I'm huge on like big monitors, space, being comfortable. You know, we go places to watch places, we always look for places that's got more space to, you know, big people. So, you know, right away I saw like myself in that sports book of what the future could be as far as lounging, watching games, betting, having that setting you can eat in there. It's like the ideal spot.
Yo, today we came into the lounge, we had a dope time. We placed the bet, we got to meet everybody in the building. The coordinators and all the people that work here were great. P and I got to catch some of the highlights. They put the highlight tapes up. It was a dope day. Thank you, Springfield. Appreciate it, man. Straight up. And shout out to BetMGM. Y'all keep doing y'all thing.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite places to come. I always come in here and be the same. And we back at square one. You know what I'm saying? James Naismith. They call him a superb athlete. You feel me? And I think they're trying to preserve the leather. Damn, you see that? That's crazy. Look what they played in.
Is that the outfit they played in?
That's what they played in. And the peach basket. Look at that.
The peach basket.
Yeah, walking through here is gonna always be like this too. Look at
this. Ain't
Look
for real.
at
this. Ain't for real. This ain't real.
Look.
What is this? These is the practice jerseys. These the practice jerseys. No, they not.
These jerseys and warm-ups. Look.
These is the practice jerseys.
They got the red heads, man. Look.
These the ones you bought from the store.
Nah, man. Look. No, man. Ain't no store. Look at these. Look at those. Look, what are these?
Getting money in them.
Getting money.
So this is the original Celtics jersey when they were a New York-based team.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
That's wild.
Look.
That's wild. That's
original
actual
Celtics war jersey worn by Ernie Rich.
Just to warm up.
Boy, I know they was burning up in this shit.
Hold on, I gotta take a flick of this now.
Hey, you know they was burning up in this shit. Straight up. Straight up and down.
That's wild right there. Original jerseys.
Look at the trophies, too. We're not even looking at the trophies that they giving you in here. Look at this. I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
Look at the 24-second clock. Look. Used to be in the corner. Used to have to look in the corner for this.
Right.
24-second clock. Came in 1950.
What this is, the MVP trophy right here?
It's gotta be, right? What is that?
The championship trophy.
Ooh. Nearly 50 years of 1904 to 50. When the basketball was largely segregated race. Look at this. Isn't it crazy that we right here? Look. This is in 02, when they lit the torch. Look at the jerseys, bro. You see this? It's funny that we come to this part of the whole thing because I really don't feel like the breaking barriers parts gets blown or gets really any recognition only around Black History Month when, you know, history is history. It's not a certain part of time that you should celebrate something. I think it all should be celebrated, you know, 12 months, 365 throughout. You know, Red is probably most covenant for being able to not just start, but having Black players on his team, understanding that color and color barriers had nothing to do with wins and losses, and really start to implement the game. And I felt like it made it more acceptable when Red did it, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of these players that we're talking about, man, just changed the game. The 19th Charles Cooper.
Yeah, first to be drafted.
Right?
First one to be drafted.
Team, Celtics.
Yeah.
Yep. Walter Brown was an influential owner in Walter Brown. Sidekick, regular. Look, you see this persuasive sidekick. You see this? Led by the influential owner, Walter Brown, his persuasive sidekick, Red Auerbach. You hear this? Oh, man, who wrote this? Right. You hear me?
He was the first drafted, but because you had Earl Lloyd.
Yeah. That's what's up. Broke the color barrier in the NBA, man. The first starting Black five with the season, then Bill Russell becomes the first Black coach. You know, and you got to think that just how all of it went, it had to go like that.
Boston pioneered everything that the NBA is when you look back. Because look,
it had to though.
Tradition, first to be Black starting five, first drafted player, first black coach.
First starting five.
I mean,
you needed it though. You needed Red to initiate all of this because he was already, you know, a Eldon spokesman for the league. He was the future, and he saw it as the future. You know what I'm saying? You can't think about this. The most prized NBA team was also the one to set the tone for all the culture change.
Yeah.
Think about that, right?
Red don't get enough credit for that.
He don't. That's what I'm saying. We don't highlight this till February. We don't talk about this whole coalition and how it came about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He really stamped this for all of them. That's why you got to come through here. That's why you got to always
come through
circulate, because the history is like a boomerang. It always come back. So man, P, what was you like, P? Because on the outside, he was always mystique. He was always stern.
Yeah.
Short of words.
Red was cool as hell. When I first met him, I didn't even know he knew who I was. I got drafted. You know, I come into the locker room, or where I met him was he had a charity golf. I came out for the charity golf. He did a charity golf, and I didn't know how to golf, but I got to be there. He was like, Pierce, come here. I was like, me? He's like, Pierce. I was like, all right, yeah. See, I watched you at Kansas. He smoked a cigar right there. We on the couch. You know, I really like some of the things you can bring to our team and our franchise. Like, he really looking, and I'm sitting there like, damn, I'm really talking to Red. You know what I'm saying? This, you know, I don't know Red from nothing but from TV and the stories and the banners. And he really sit down, like, giving me, like, a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't played 1 minute yet. And from that point on, we just always was cool. He'll come in, give me a cigar. He come in town, boom, here goes a cigar for you. So I had all these cigars stacked up in my locker room. I said, I'm gonna light one of these up when we win one. I had about like 15 cigars in there. I lit one up. One of the cigars I lit was one he gave me. I kept it in my locker room. I never moved it. Every time he came, I put it up at the top of my locker room. I'm gonna keep these right here.
You won that shit. You hit that shit.
I grabbed one of them. Boom.
Shit made you throw up.
Made me throw up. Made me throw up and everything.
Damn.
Like, damn, Red was hitting these every night?
The hell in that shit? That's dope.
For real.
He was classic all the way through, too, man. He never changed anything. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know, Isaiah did a bunch for the Players Union that we don't really talk about.
These are the influencers right here.
Yeah, these are the
big ones.
These are the first day ones from the beginning. You know, Celtics greats like Tommy Heisen, and other NBA players, Bill Russell, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, clashed with owners over travel conditions and health insurance.
The big influencers.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember they was almost, I think Wilt Chamberlain's in this too. He was, I think they wanted better lodging and better conditions, and so they was going to actually forfeit one of the All-Star games. And they leveraged play, and they leveraged a lot of different things to be able to get some of the pensions, some of the stuff that we talking about. And then the famous Oscar Robertson. I think Oscar Robertson would probably go down as the king, or the king player, or the sole player that actually changed the whole free agency market. And all the work that's been done through the years is actually, the kids today are benefiting from all that work.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of these players even know where a lot of these rules and shit came from. A lot of the battles, a lot of the give and takes in the league and the players union fighting each other for these rights, scrapping over money, TV rights. You know what I'm saying? So that y'all got this new fucking practice facilities and these new rules to be able to get these massages, to get these fucking lifestyle changes that you guys go through every day. Yeah, they have to be on somebody's back. They have to come from something. You know what I'm saying? So know your history, know where you come from, know what you're benefiting from, and who goddamn went through the blaze of fires to have the league where it's at today, so that you can wear that shit on the bench the way you want to wear it. You know what I'm saying? To wear hats and hoodies and come in here and look like you want to look. Yeah, that came with something. Absolutely, that shit came with something. These niggas just think they woke up and it was like this. Nah, all started right here. Straight from that, all this right here. We don't pay no homage to none of this. know what I'm talking about? All these niggas who built this shit for the players, all this, we don't pay homage to them. Fucking retired players can't even get a buck from, you hear what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Players wasn't even making a living wage.
Every time you talk to Oscar, if you ever see Mr. Oscar Robertson, man, he goes right into it. You know, he bleeds it. And he's on the front line of it, you know what I'm saying? And was on the front line of it. And he'll tell you, man, risk a lot. Put a lot on the line, you know?
I had a lot of conversations with Tommy Heinsohn. Yeah. I'll sit down with Tommy. He used to tell me, I'm telling you, I'll sit with Tommy, I'll go shoot, be in the arena, and I'll be sitting next to Tommy. He'll come sit next to me and talk about how it was when he played all the time and how it began with, you know, players' salaries, how they were, how their travel was. I used to ask the questions, though. But
no
I think,
insurance, no nothing.
The players, you know, today, it may be a disconnect because of social media, but the way we learn, we talk to the OGs. We talk to the older players. I mean, I had the fortunate chance to really talk to, like, real pioneers like Tommy Heinsohn, Cousy, you know, Cornbread, you know, JoJo White.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was fortunate enough to be able to do that, playing for the Boston Celtics, because they came around. But I really sat with Bill Russell, and I asked him questions, too. And it's amazing, like, how far we done came to where the game is today.
That's where the knowledge comes from. You don't necessarily know how to do something until an old head show you how to do it, or an old head give you some game that'll help actually your whole transition in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
It'll help them just be appreciative. And that's why I was appreciative to, like, where I was when I played because of what they built.
Because a lot of these players think that it's just them, and they don't understand that a lot of this has been here and just has been refurbished and recycled over and over. And that goes with, like P said, man, I've never seen the league at a partnership with the Players Association like it has now. You know, you have more of an intimate relationship where players can actually go sit with Adam and the commissioner and things will get done. It just won't be a conversation. Like, man, Joe, like the kids don't even really understand the road that it took. Bron might be the only one to understand just because of his longevity and him being in it, but man, Giannis wasn't getting no 500 million, no 250. No, none of that without all this. He wasn't part of none of that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of these young kids don't even understand what went into being able to get this type of bread that they get now, you know what I'm saying? We can't forget about the old heads. We can't forget about, you know, the retired players that actually built the league so that we have the league in which we actually come in and perform and get to see these kids perform and see them at their best. Yeah, it was done on so many different sacrifices that they have no idea. But yeah, do your homework. And when you start doing your homework, it'll start to open up and you'll see what I'm talking about. And it ain't hate, youngin'. It ain't hate, it ain't never hate. This one create off hate. This vision here was created off love and for what was next. So you're welcome. Look, you got Euro?
If you can't Euro,
you got Euro?
Or shoot threes, you out the league.
You got Euro? Hey.
I think I'm a step back.
Man, I'll probably break my leg if I tried the Euro. I need to make a room like this. Oh, yeah.
Listen, see this signature move. Why nobody using the hook no more?
Because they can't execute it. Sky hook. The sky hook and the turnaround jumper is probably the most all-time dominant, like, game-changer shots that you had to have in your repertoire, you know? Like, look.
It's crossover.
Yeah.
The crossover.
For you?
I mean, like, growing up, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had, when you was going to camp, when you was going to basketball camp, everybody was like, you got to have that crossover. Me being a guard.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You worked on your crossover every day. You know what I'm saying? That was like, when you into basketball, high school, West Coast players, East Coast players, you gotta understand, West Coast had a different type of crossover than the East Coast players.
Facts.
It was like, I don't know what it was, but it was a different, West Coast players had, you know, more like a Tim Hardaway type crossover or something, where the East Coast players let it hang a little bit and just, you know what I'm saying?
It was higher.
Yeah.
It was more handle. Like, when the East Coast went out.
So that's like.
Around 92, 93, I started seeing, like, the crossover really, really, really take a place in basketball. I was like, what? I got to get that. And it was from the Allen Iversons, the Tyreek Turners. You remember the Virginia kids and the DC kids?
Yeah, the DC kids.
DC kids would come up and they had the cross here and it was real, it was shifty. Yeah, Tim
the
Hardaway
DC
came and he
they
started
actually
going
had the
between
DC crossover.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
and
it was something like this.
high.
It was like pushed this way and came
right,
back this way.
You're right. It was so.
Yeah.
AI started like playing with it, holding it, and
Right.
And before then, Tim had the between the legs with the bop. You had to really have handles. Like people don't even talk about the evolution of the handles, yo. Pete loved David Robinson. Everybody know Pete loved David Robinson.
Growing up, I did.
Love David Robinson. That's why he got that little left hand dunk that'll trick your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Mine was the in and out. My first basketball move that I can remember was the in and out crossover where I in and out. Boom. I used that move every time down.
Word.
In junior high, I'd come down. Every time down. That was like 6th grade. 6th, 7th grade. I'd do that move every time.
That's
that
your comfort zone?
That was my only move. I'd get it off every time, though. It was getting off.
What about you?
Oh, no. You know what is crazy? I was so wrapped up into trying to be a guard as a big that I used to, I don't know, a lot of bigs couldn't guard, like handle.
Right.
So if you had anything that was shifty, oh man, so I guess the Jelani McCoys and the Jahadi Whites and the big, stronger people, I would come out and...
If you change direction as a big, it's over.
You can get some direction change. A lot of guys, it was
couldn't
like
keep
another...
up with that.
I can't speak with Pete, man. You're just going for it, you know?
Right.
You're taking anything that's comfortable. You're not really thinking, you're reacting. I was not a thinker player when I was younger, man. I was just reacting, getting a bunch of fouls. When you start getting into, probably more predominant levels of play, that's when you start slowing down, thinking the game a little more. And then you're actually taught to how to score, how to defend a little more. And all it is pace at the end of the day. Listen, the more I keep looking at this place, the more I'm impressed with just the place. And we've been in here before, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go to the Mamba room.
Y'all see it?
We gotta go to the Mamba room.
Bean turned out to be everybody's like Jordan. Like how we see Jordan, that's what Bean turned out to be. People didn't know, man. His style early on, man, didn't get accepted to a lot of old heads. He had to go through a bunch of shit, man. A lot of people don't even know what Cole been through, boy. He had to keep fighting to be persistent, be consistent with who he and what he wanted to be. And his style at the beginning, in the beginning when we came through this shit, man, it was all about team and ball movement and all that. And, he was an ISO player and wanted one-on-one game, and he had to really learn how to not just create a style for himself, but then I felt like when Phil came, Phil's offense was actually predicated for Kobe's game. The Dale Harris game coming down, the same sets that he was running for like Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones and them. It was a whole nother beast when he got with Phil. It was a whole nother beast, and it was like 2.0 version of where Phil actually fucked up in Chicago. He brought to LA with a bigger and dominant center, and he had a 2-guard that he could actually take that same Tex Winters offense and make it work, because it's really built for a big who can pass. You know what I'm saying? Big who can pass like Walton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kareem, anybody who can drop it off. And they made it work with their personnel in LA, man. And yeah, Cole fell in love because it mirrored everything Michael had went through. You know what I'm saying? But man, once he hit the triangle offense, it was a different Cole after that. You agree? You agree with that?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt?
Without a doubt.
He looked more comfortable.
He
looked more comfortable.
It was too unpredictable.
Right.
Because he made it more good. He made it more cracking because he could play all the spots in the triangle.
Facts. And then Cole actually understood how it worked. You know what I'm saying? From watching him come in and force things. As soon as Dale Harris left, and Phil came in there, he looked under control. He was a lot more poised. He didn't look like he had the, like you can see the real investment in the Lakers in him, and he had the investment in himself to actually correlate a game that actually fit with the triangle offense, man. Made him a totally different player. After that, every coach that came in there had to adopt some type of triangle offense with it, right?
Hey, he got the second most iconic shoe behind him.
Man, Lord, people don't even know what the 24 stand for. People don't even understand that that was a sign to everybody that he was a step above 23, if y'all even got that.
That's why he went with 24?
That's why he went 24. And that was a shot at Mike. Straight up. Like, nigga, I'm better than you, and really stood on it. And if you look at every goal or every record that Mike Jordan has had, Kobe chased it. Mike used to talk that shit about the 69 and you can't do this and that. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Go do the science. All you young cats that love Kobe, go do all the work. Go do all the research and science about Kobe, yo. It was all about catching MJ and disappearing MJ and surpassing MJ. That's all 24 was about. Nigga so hard, nigga got 2 numbers retired.
Which one was better? 8 or 24?
24, boy.
24?
24 was smarter. 24, you know? Nobody liked 8. Nobody liked 8. 8 was his own demon.
Yeah.
Did nobody like 8? We forget about 8, man. 8 was he was most challenged. You know what I'm saying? People had a problem with him. His shot selection, they thought he was selfish. And then, you know what I'm saying? He went through something, came out of it like reborn on something, real shit. That second Kobe, whole different Kobe. Family oriented, took another route, whole different mentality, yo. Oh, Kobe, crazy motherfucker. I'm shocked he only won 1 MVP. You shocked he won 1 MVP?
The league was so deep. Yeah, it's shocking. It is shocking. You in an era with Shaq, Duncan, you, Dirk, AI. It was tough to get that MVP.
He in that though. Every year you won one, you thought, I got a chance to win another one. And that's how you was thinking.
Kobe's impact was just his influence. I mean, how you approach the game, his shoes was a great influence, his mentality was a great influence.
You gotta know we was all being motivated off the same things too. And how the younger generation is looking at Kobe, we looking at him like he was just one of us. When you put us in this whole pool of talent, and you put all our names in there, you can look at all the names that's in that same, all of them are classic names. All of them was great in their own right or who they were, right? The systems, the teams he played on. Those things makes you legendary and makes the storyline. You talk about storyline a lot of times. That's what really makes this unbelievable because we knew what he was when he first started off at 17, and then for him to end up like this, and then be the influential figure for the guys like LeBron, for the D-Wades, for the next generation to take over. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. He was our friend, but to the world, he was their MJ. We look at MJ on how the world looks at Kobe.
Right.
You know, we look at Michael Jordan with a promise of, man, we want to be that, and we're going to chase that. And that's what we were all doing, right? We looked up. We grown now, and the younger generation is looking at Kobe like how we looked at Jordan as, from that influence of wanting to be like this, his mentality and all that. You know what I'm saying? If you study both, man, they had rocky starts to their beginnings and you saw the promises, but where they flourished is when they actually gave in to the team aspect of it all and then grew as players, which helped grow them as not just great men, but great businesses and so on and so on, that all of us actually benefited from. You know what I'm saying? So Kobe, people think Kobe was great. Shit, I can say the same thing about P and how he work out and how he see it. He can say the same thing like this.
I'm gonna say this one thing. Like me coming from our era and how competitive we were, Kobe is the only signature shoe I wore in a game. The only one. I wouldn't wear nobody else's. Like in a game, Kobe is the only other signature shoe I've ever worn. Nobody else's.
But it's great to see him get his flowers for this, man. It's great to see the Hall of Fame give him some type of commemoration like this and his impact on the game, because he has done a lot for the game. I think anytime you have your own brand and you trying to brand yourself and a team perspective, that's so hard.
He gonna have, like Jordan, a forever brand. Like a forever brand.
That's what Kobe was going.
Yeah. Like you gonna always see kids wearing these shoes. You gonna always see NBA players wearing these shoes. Like a lot of players, you ain't seeing that.
And
you ain't even seeing that.
And there's waves, man.
And there's been so many signature shoes and clothes and all that come and go.
Oh, Bean. Some crazy motherfucker, man. Bean forever, boy. real shit. When this basketball was in, this was the greatest time in basketball to me.
What?
This brought back everybody. This put basketball back on the map to where you want to. Oh man, I got to get home. I gotta
go do this fast.
Listen.
Magic, what?
Listen, I'm talking about with all of it. The Bus family, all of it together. The whole damn story. Showtime.
Yeah.
Perfect story for this. Look.
Yeah.
And no better person. No better person than the Magic.
If you didn't like basketball,
listen, right?
This is why I fell in love with basketball. Showtime,
Facts.
No question.
Look, the character.
No question.
You can't even take characters out and substitute in this. You feel me? When the league was a beast for setting up these two, right?
Yeah, right.
The
Bird
impact
was cold too. Bird was cold.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Bird was like one of them niggas. Bird was a goon, boy. Hey, look, this is my favorite time of the year right here. When all this was cracking, this is when the league was cracking. I was a huge fan of everybody in
I
here.
had a pair of these.
Cons?
You didn't wear Converse?
I had some Ewings for a little bit.
I had some Ewings Adidas.
I had some Ewings. Them shits was like boots, boy.
Hey, they was.
Man.
I had some Ewings.
I had knee problems
with the big tongue.
with
the big. I had the ones with the big tongue.
My legs weren't strong enough to wear no Ewings.
When he went Adidas though, he went Adidas.
He did.
When he went Adidas, I had the Ewings with the big fat tongue.
I remember Dream had the Spaldings. I was like, I can't get with the Spaldings, Dream.
I had the Ewings.
With you being embedded day one with the whole Boston, LA rivalry, what would you say is your favorite rivalry out of all rivalries?
Best rivalry.
Best rivalry that you used to look forward to? Because I used to love the Ewing Olajuwon rival. I used to love actually.
Just growing up watching?
Yeah, the Magic and Bird rival was huge. I'm from ACC country, so Duke and
Carolina, when I was in high school, I couldn't wait for them to play.
I'm a huge fan of the rivals, but I gotta say, man.
What about yours? I was a big college fan.
Me too.
I was big college. I used to record the game, Duke, Carolina.
Yep.
Duke, Carolina. Outside of Celtics and Lakers, Duke, Carolina.
That's classic.
I couldn't. I recorded them games.
If I used to always enjoy Pat Ewing and Olajuwon getting together too, man.
The individual rivalry. Yeah. That was your individual rivalry.
Who was your individual rivalry in the league? You had a rival?
I had a lot of rivalries.
One that you looked up to that's like a nemesis, like?
I mean, honestly, matching up with Bron all the time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was always classic. Day one from y'all.
People need to go back and look at our matchups before 08. Like, people ain't seen.
So when came in the game? We came in the game when?
We done threw a few haymakers at each other.
04?
Yeah. He give me 40, I give him 50. I mean, we done had few games like that.
First time you played Bron, you knew he was special, Lord?
Yeah, for sure. Man, I heard about him. Dude, you gotta understand, before he made it to the league, all the NBA cats was going to his games. Did you go to his game?
I didn't, but D. Miles, you know, they was in Cleveland at the time. They was telling me all the...
They was going, NBA players, Jay-Z, remember Jay was going to his game, all the hip-hop artists was going, we was like, man, who is this? When I was in the locker room, they said this kid can start in the All-Star game when we was in Philly.
Damn.
I was like, what? It's a kid right now that's in high school can start in the All-Star game. That was getting floated around the locker room. I was like, I'm looking around like,
he can be
not the league, the All-Star game. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's another level.
That's something else, dog. You know how cold you gotta be? So you can say he gonna be in the league.
Yeah, Bron had a lot of hype with him.
And lived up to it.
But he lived up to it. I can definitely say that. Ooh. See, look. See, a room like this take you back.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah. Room like this take you back. Yeah. I'm feeling like I'm in a dream again. Where my hat at? Where my hat?
Come on, you gotta give us one Anything's Possible.
I ain't got it. I need the hat. Where Michelle at? Give Michelle to party in here.
You gotta give us
one. Cracking. Hey, this how I felt too. This how I felt. I was in the, hey, I remember this because my boys in front of me, I was looking up, I was like, yo, this don't even feel real. Then the confetti hit me, I was like, oh, this real. Did it feel real?
Man, I be looking back at it, like I seen it like recently, like after the game, and I don't even remember a lot of stuff because it was so like surreal. Like,
I remember,
like I didn't remember us right there. I didn't remember hugging Bill Russell. I didn't remember because stuff was just happening.
It was going so fast.
You know what I'm saying? Then I look back like, dang, oh, I had a moment over here, over there. When it hit, you don't. When you're in the moment, you don't think about nothing. It's going.
Facts.
And then when you look back at it, you be like, oh damn, I forgot we was in the locker room doing that, doing like, that's crazy.
I remember you was standing on a platform that wasn't all the way secure. You just jumped up there. You had the MVP trophy. And you stood up and you had just pulled your knee brace down. You was standing on it. This shit was rocking. I was like, oh shit. I was like, hold that. Like, he was like, what's up? He was going hard. Like, oh man, he's gonna fall off the fucking thing. That's all I remember. I remember all the assistant coaches like, hey, grab that. Make sure you don't.
I remember. No, because it's so funny. I got the picture where like 2 or 3 people doing like this to try to make sure I don't fall.
That's what I'm trying to say. You don't fall. You was up there like, yeah. God, man, please don't let. I got to get a room like this, man. I can't speak for Paul, but for me, man, being in the Hall of Fame and then being here with the championship is solidified. That's 360 to me. Not to say or disown anybody else in here, but I feel like they go together. These are arguably the best players to ever touch the rock, and to be in here and to be considered one of them with the championship is icing on cake.
Yeah, without a doubt.
What about you, Paul?
I mean, it just make you feel solidified. I'm not even sure I want to be in the Hall of Fame without one of these. Right. Like, I mean, we talking about best of the best and accomplishing the highest accomplishment you can accomplish as a team.
Facts.
Like, I feel like this should be the entry.
Facts.
This should be the entry. You can't come in here without one of these. That's just my opinion.
Because when you talk about the best,
they all did it.
Facts. The best have won it at least one time.
I mean, I understand, like, because now we play in an era where you're going to get numbers, it's going to look a certain way to where it's going to get you here. But we're in a numbers-driven era right now. So you're going to have a bunch of people that's going to make the Hall of Fame, but they don't got this, to me, the entry fee.
I'll say this. What was once a goal, and when you reach it, I hate to say this, but man, the minute we won it, you know what we was thinking about right after it? Man, we got to win this again. like you couldn't even enjoy this shit. You couldn't even. We was already thinking about, man, next year we got it. It's everybody who's ever won this can actually understand what I'm talking about. So I hate that I didn't live it. I didn't bask in it. I actually enjoyed it for the moment. We got off of it. As soon as we got back to reality, I was like, okay, cool. Now we up here. You maintain it. Being on top of the hill is the hardest thing.
What really processed in my head when that buzzer sounded was just like, as a kid, all the work you put in, and all the sacrifice you did, what you did to get to here. It spun in my head in like a moment, and it's just like when I was yelling on the court or when I yelled at the top of my lungs, like when we did it, it was just like I thought about them times where I broke my foot playing basketball, or I sprained my ankle 1,000 times, recovered, fought back, woke up at 5 a.m., went to the beach, ran to Sand Hills. It was all for the journey to get to this. Like, and it's like, it all come out because people don't know what you go through, what you put your body through, what you put your sacrifice through, to just for something like this, something so, like, it's not the biggest picture of life. It's just a trophy, but it's an accomplishment which you work hard as a kid for. So when you look at it, when I'm retired, I'm like, damn, I did all of that just for this feeling. Just to get this feeling of holding this one day and saying I did this. It's just unbelievable feeling. And you can't really put into words what you did or how you did it or your process of doing it. And when I look back, I'm like, why'd I even do that? But then I look and like, this is why I did all of that? Right. And you like, damn, for real? When you look at the big picture of life, but
and dream.
Yeah, when you look at the big picture of life, it's like you chase something that you dreamed about and you accomplished it.
All this is in your head one day, and it came true. You know what I'm talking about?
Because not every day you dream something and you accomplish your dream. Like, I dreamed of flying a plane. I don't think I'll ever fly a plane. You know what I'm saying? When you do it, when you see it before it happened, it's different. And then it happened, you like, damn.
That happened.
Did it happen? You like, damn.
That's a whole nother feeling. This is a hell of a closet here.
This is lit.
One of my favorite jerseys, the Moses Malone. Truth. Look, they got the Ray Allens in here. That was a cold shoe. They got the Truths in here. Look at Truth. Truth, what year is this?
I think 09.
09s? It's a cold. Look, they got the Jordans in here. This is the cold-blooded. So what is this? This is just a dope, this is just a dope display right here?
It's the 75th anniversary team.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, that's what's up, man.
And Paul, those are actually your 20,000-point shoes there.
Hey!
Oh, damn.
That's what's up. You know, starting playing basketball, I wasn't in it for the Hall of Fame, the top 75, and I was trying to be one of the better kids in the neighborhood, and it grew into like a whole dream. And I'm sitting in there being commemorated as 1 to 75, and I'm looking around, and everybody that's in this room has been my driving force, or if not, my inspiration for being who I am, or just the drive of being what I am. Seeing Pat Ewing, Elijah Wan, all the bigs, David Robinson, Jordan, Barkley, Karl Malone, friends I started this with, P, Ray, just having all of us. I don't know, man, just all of it, man. I looked up and it was happening so fast that I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, words can't describe the feeling of being supposedly the best or one of the best of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no words for that. It's an appreciation that will always be there, at least for me.
I think for me it was so real because I remember just walking into that room, All-Star Weekend, and just like spotting all my idols.
Right.
Like, I'm like, hold on, I'm amongst my idols. And I forgot that I was, for a good 5-10 minutes, I forgot that I was like
one of
them. You know what I'm saying?
Part of it.
I'm part of it. I'm straight up. I'm walking in here and I'm seeing over. I'm looking. They go Madge. They go. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
They go.
Right.
Elijah Wan, you and I wore all y'all shoes. Like I'm over here walking in the room and I'm like, I'm rubbing elbows with y'all now. Like damn, I looked up. I had posters of y'all on my wall, and so for a second I'm like a kid again. I'm like, want to take pictures, get autographs, but then I'm like, damn, I'm amongst them. I'm standing chest up, chin out amongst them.
This is probably the flyest room in this whole place right here, yo.
It is. This is my favorite.
This right here, I think every player that can afford to have a room like this should have a room like this in his house. This is the dopest wall of ever. Look at this.
This is lit. Hold on.
Look at this, man.
For sure.
Hey, you got to pull your phone out for this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Just for 2 seconds. Just because. Yep, I know. In here.
We in here, baby. Me and my guy in here in the Hall of Fame, just reminiscing.
Right here. In here catching up with P. In here reminiscing with P. Crazy,
reminiscing.
In here, Remy.
Reminiscing.
Reminiscing.
Reminiscing in the hall, baby.
Facts, we in here. This is a dope ass room.
Let me see if I can pull something up. Can I pull something up?
Y'all having a day like this, you feel me?
Let me see what I can pull up for y'all.
Hey.
What is these on? These on?
Chuck, look at Chuck. Look at Chuck.
Checking out the highlights.
Ooh. Chuck don't get enough praise. Chuck's a bad motherfucker, boy.
Back.
Chuck don't get enough.
Yeah, Ticket had the best class ever.
You think so?
Yeah. Your class? No, come on, man.
No, hold on. I'm gonna tell you a strong one. What's Shaq at? Shaq had a.
Nah, dog.
Who? Nah, I remember Shaq had a.
Who,
Shaq
him
had a
AI?
Yeah, Shaq had a dope one.
Him and AI.
Well,
this
yeah,
is the best class ever, bro. Come on.
What D's in that? D's in went in what? 213, 215? Here you go, right here. Yao Ming, Shaq. This was cold. AI. This was. I remember that Cheryl Swoops. This was cold.
Bro.
16 was a cold year.
Best class, dog, right here. And Catchings. Come on, dog. Garnett, Dunking, Bryant, Catchings.
Oh, it's light, too. Look how many, look.
Come on, dog. They know 4 better players. You can't get 4. Who want to match up? 4 players.
Look how little this is. Look how many people y'all had, though. Y'all had Lauren Jackson. You forgot about Lauren Jackson.
Jackson was cold.
Oh, Lauren Jackson?
She was cold.
That was cold. C. Webb.
She was cold.
P. Damn, P, we in here forever, Lord.
For real.
Here forever.
Oh, damn. How do I get
And we gonna be rich forever! It's hard. It's hard. You can't even, you feel me? You can't even go against that, right? That's how they gonna do you forever, you feel me?
Forever enshrined, baby.
My dog. Truth, dirt ass. Look.
Class of 2021, baby.
With Bill under
Right
that's
there,
cold.
Bill
You hear
Russell,
me?
coach right there.
Oh, come on, man. That's cold.
We up here forever and ever and ever.
It's official.
Miss Patty is back, and nothing is gonna stop her dream.
I'm going on tour with Tony Free.
Except maybe her kids or the new boss.
My cousins have arrived, and I promised them a room.
Are the out the room yet, Tony? Them women didn't sound like his cousin.
You look like you want to cry.
The don't cry, Terry. We water.
The Miss Pat Show, Season 3, streaming February 23rd.